Hello, friends, compliments of the season. This is Pastor Michael Oladejo from our CCG Faith Chapel Orleans on Darrow 3, and I'm bringing the word of encouragement for this week. So we continue with what we started last week, Be Fat, F.A.T, Virtues that will lift you up, Part 2. My text is taken from Psalm 75 verses 6 to 7, Psalm 75 verses 6 to 7. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. So we establish clearly that God is the lifter. God is the lifter. But God is looking for virtues in men that is going to lift. We said, Deuteronomy 28 verse 1, he said there that if we will hearken diligently unto his voice and observe to do all that he has commanded, then we will qualify for a lifting up. So the virtues, F.A.T, we have discussed about F, that stands for faithfulness. We said that God is a faithful God, so he's interested in his children that are faithful as well. People who are loyal and obedient, to the organization's vision and mission. People who can be trusted. Okay? We said it was the faithfulness of Joseph that ultimately earned him the position as my prime minister in Egypt. In spite of everything he went through, the trials and the afflictions, he remained faithful to God. We also took the example of Job. All right. We also started talking about the availability. A stands for availability. We said this virtue is another virtue that God is looking for in order to promote his children. We challenged us, asking us how consistently available are we in those places where we have taken up responsibilities. If somebody is in the habit of always calling sick to work, such a person is not ready for promotion. But particularly, we talked about what's happening in the kingdom today, that so many people, especially in North America, because of competing challenges, because of competing events for our time, a lot of people are beginning to relegate kingdom activities for other secular activities because of this need to pay bills. And we said there's a necessity for us to search our hearts, that we are not rationing our time for the things of God. In 1 Kings chapter 19 verses 19 to 21, Elisha had to close down his secular business to make himself available to Elijah as a protege. So he served Elijah, closed down the father's business that he was running. No wonder in 2 Kings chapter 2 verses 1 to 9, he got a double portion promotion. In Mark chapter 1 verses 17 to 18, Mark chapter 1 verses 17 to 18 is the story of a group of fishermen who had to abandon their boats and nets to make themselves available to Jesus and his Father's kingdom. God lifted them so high that they became world changers. We are still reading about them today in the book of Acts. In fact, there is one of them that has many, many churches named after him today. You know him very well, Simon Peter. How many of you are available for the great lifter of men? In Isaiah chapter 6 verse 8, also I heard a voice of the Lord saying, who shall I send, and who will go for us? Then said I, here am I, send me. God is looking for people to send into the harvest field. The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Takes me to the last point. The T stands for teachability. It is simply the ability to exercise the required patience, receive instructions, process them, and allow those instructions to influence our behavior for better. As believers, we need this virtue. We can never outgrow teachability. The elders say if you stop learning, you stop growing. Proverbs chapter 9 verse 9. It says, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. Are you increasing in learning? Are you teachable? Or have you gotten to the level that you think you know it all? In Psalm 32 verse 8, we read there, God was speaking. He said, I will instruct thee. It's those who have teachable spirit that will be able to hear the instructions of God. I will instruct thee. I will teach thee in the way that thou should go. I will guide thee with mine eye. That was the mistake King Saul made. Even though he started little, suddenly he thought he had grown to the level that he didn't know when he traded his teachable spirit for disobedience heart. So when he was giving simple instructions through Prophet Samuel, he decided to play smart. You know the story very well. In 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 22, and Samuel said, had the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord. Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord keep you teachable, keep you available, and keep you faithful. God bless you. Have a fantastic week. Bye.